Nice to see you all. I can see some familiar names in the chat. Thanks for joining again. I know some of you were here for the bingo last week as well. It's very dark here. It's actually the first time I've actually had to put a lamp in front of me. So hopefully you can all actually see me okay. But for those of you I've not met before, my name is Betsy and I work for the Tourism Authority of Thailand. And I'm going to start off with a video really to explain how excited Thailand is to welcome people back as and when we are allowed to do so. So I'll get that open now.
These feelings are waiting for you to come back. Amazing feelings are waiting for you to explore again once the world is ready. Until we meet again, amazing Thailand. These feelings.
Okay. So what I'm going to do over the next few slides is just to pick out some of the key areas of Thailand, and then the map that you see on the right hand side will appear on every page just so you can keep track of where we are in the country. So starting off in Bangkok, this is an 11.5-hour flight from the UK and you can do it direct. So it is most people's first experience of the country. And it's a little bit like Marmite. Some people love it, some people are a little bit unsure. For me personally, it's my favourite part of the country. However, I can understand that it's not to everyone's taste. But one thing we do recommend is if you are travelling to Thailand for the first time, then do Bangkok right at the end of your itinerary, because you need to familiarize yourself a little bit with the culture, all the different smells and the food. And then once you've done that and then you arrive in Bangkok at the end, I promise you, you will enjoy it a lot more and you really will make the most of your time there. Some of the key things to do when you're in Bangkok: shopping, one of them. So glitzy shopping malls selling all of the designer stuff. And then the other end of the spectrum, we've got the floating markets, the night markets, and the food markets. So really shopping for everyone. You can kind of do it all when you're in Bangkok. And in terms of accommodation, there's some really lovely boutique accommodation options overlooking the Chao Phraya River that you can see in the picture bottom left, or the other side, which is the luxury skyscrapers offering the amazing views over the city. And one of probably the most famous site in all of Thailand is located in Bangkok, and that is the Grand Palace. So that is linked to my first question, which is Bangkok's Grand Palace is home to a Buddha statue made of which gemstone? Is it opal, pearl, emerald, or sapphire? And the answer is emerald. So lots of you got that one right. Well done. So moving on now to northern part of Thailand, and this is Chiang Mai. So actually, for those of you who joined the bingo last week, you know that I sort of explained the way that Thailand as a map looks a little bit like an elephant's head. So if you imagine Bangkok is the eye of the elephant, the southern part is the trunk, and then Chiang Mai is in the sort of right ear, I suppose, of the country. So just sort of a different way to picture the country. So Chiang Mai is often referred as the Rose of the North and is probably one of the most charming places you'll visit when you are on holiday in Thailand. It's a must-see for nature lovers. So you can see from the pictures, wide open spaces, greenery, and just generally a really nice place to unwind and get at one with nature. Also for culture lovers as well. So there's some really unique temples located in Chiang Mai, often ones that are on top of the hills, offering amazing views of the surrounding areas. So Chiang Mai is just over an hour's flight from Bangkok, but it has an international airport as well. So you can actually start your holiday in Chiang Mai and then work your way down the country from there. Really good opportunities for active adventure holidays, hiking, rafting along the rivers, and also wildlife spotting as well. So there's some elephant sanctuaries based up in the north, and bird watching is also really good in Chiang Mai as well. So heading just over 3 hours north from Chiang Mai by car, we arrive in Chiang Rai, And this is really the smaller and the less crowded version of Chiang Mai. And it's steeped in history, lots of, again, amazing, really colourful temples to explore. And it is just the quieter sort of version. So if you're looking to escape people, then Chiang Rai is a really good option. And it is also home to the Golden Triangle. So this is the point at which Thailand meets neighbouring Myanmar and Laos. So you can actually do 3 countries in a day and experience how different all those 3 countries are when you do visit them sort of one after the other. It's a really sort of interesting way to see the country. So my next question then is, what is the name of the river that borders Thailand and Laos? Is it the Mekong River, the River Kwai, the Chao Phraya River, or the Nan River? So all of these are located in Thailand, but only one is relevant to the question. You all know your stuff, correct? Yeah, Mekong River, that's the right answer. Well done. So next area now, we're heading to the south. So we're going to start off in Phuket, and this is the largest island in Thailand. It's well known for its beaches, its nightlife, and the diving experiences as well. So you can do day trips to the Similian Islands to do amazing diving, but the coastline of Phuket also offers some really good diving opportunities as well. Perhaps lesser known is actually what you see inland in Phuket. So top left here is the old town of Phuket. And you can see it's quite unusual in its architecture, potentially not something you'd expect to see even in Asia. It looks very European. So definitely recommend doing a day trip to really break up your beach holiday if you're staying in Phuket. And Phuket is surrounded by a series of much smaller islands. So really good to do some day trips to some of the smaller islands or overnight stays as well. Just adds another dimension to your itinerary. And if you have clients that are looking for a bit more of a relaxed and quiet beach experience, but still want to be able to access it quickly and easily, then Khao Lak is a really good option. So this is located just north of Phuket and is probably what Phuket would have looked like about 20 or 30 years ago. It's becoming more popular. So there's some really good, especially luxurious hotel options in this area, but it's much, much quieter. So yeah, really good option for people looking for that peace and quiet. So how do you think you get from Phuket to Khao Lak? Is it a 2-hour flight, a 1.5-hour drive, an overnight train, or a 4-hour boat trip? And yes, it is a 1.5-hour drive. So really easy to get to. You can actually, Phuket is an international airport as well. So Khao Lak is a nice option for, yeah, getting there quickly, but actually having that quiet experience as well. So next area, staying on the same coastline of southern Thailand, but going mainland, so Krabi. Krabi is all about natural beauty. So the thing that makes Krabi quite unique is the limestone cliffs that you get as your backdrop to the beach, and the limestone that sort of pops up in the middle of the sea as well, which you probably have seen lots of pictures of. It's also well known as a rock climbing spot as well. So if you see the list of top rock climbing spots in the world, Krabi is often up there for that reason. And similar to Phuket, there's some really lovely day trip options from Krabi. Koh Yao Noi, Koh Yao Yai are located between Phuket and Krabi, so you can actually visit both of those islands from either Phuket or from Krabi. And similar with Khao Lak, Koh Lanta is a little bit of a quieter version of Krabi, so it's a nice option for people who just want a bit of a quieter beach experience. So next question, there are 2 islands close by to Krabi called Koh Yao Yai and Koh Yao Noi. What does Yao and Noi mean in the names? Is it large and small? Yes and no, high and low, or humid and dry? Yes, correct again, large and small. So Koh Yao Yai is the large island and Koh Yao Noi is the small island. So well done for everyone who got that one right. So final area now is Koh Samui and Koh Phangan. So this is the area on the Gulf Coast side of Thailand. Samui is the largest island in the Gulf Coast of Thailand. And the thing that makes this quite unique is that it's known for its white sandy beaches on the outside of the island and then the jungle and the mountains on the inside. So if you have clients that want to experience both of those sides of Thailand but don't want to have to travel all the way up north, then Samui is a really good option because you can do both within a matter of a day. A popular itinerary option as well from Samui is to do beach hopping back to the mainland. So do Koh Samui, Koh Phangan, Koh Tao, and then end up in Chumphon. So yeah, quite a nice and an easy way to do beach hopping in Thailand. Another area on the mainland close by to Samui is called Kanom. So that is what my next question is. The up and coming region of Kanom is famous for which marine animal? Is it giant turtles, the sea cows, pink dolphins, or blue whales? Oh, I think I actually got one that not everyone knew. Pink dolphins is the answer. So well done to the 33% of you got that one right. So final thing just to mention is our online training. For any of you, you're probably sick of me talking about this because I always put it in my presentations, but if you're not already registered, please do. It's thailandexpert.co.uk. I won't spend much more time explaining it than that. And then my email address. So I'll pop that in the chat so you've all got that handy. And any questions you've got, any support that I can give, let me know. Thank you all for listening.